In a land far from home, in the great city of Babylon, a young man named Daniel stood alone in a world that tried to change who he was. Daniel had been taken from Jerusalem as a captive. But even in a foreign land, he refused to let go of his faith in God. The king of Babylon commanded Daniel and his friends to live like Babylonians, to eat like them, think like them, and worship their gods. But Daniel made a quiet decision in his heart. He would not defile himself. He chose faith over fear, and because of his obedience, God gave Daniel wisdom far beyond anyone around him. Kings began to notice him. Leaders began to trust him. Even in captivity, Daniel rose in favor, but not everyone celebrated his success. Jealous leaders formed a trap. They convinced the king to sign a law that no one could pray to any god except the king himself. Anyone who disobeyed would be thrown into the den of lions. Daniel heard the decree, and he did not change. He went to his room, opened his window, and prayed to God, just as he always had. 3 times a day, and they saw him. They discovered Daniel praying, faithful, steady, and unafraid. Immediately they went back and reported it to the king. The king was troubled, because though he deeply valued Daniel, the law he had signed could not be reversed. With a heavy heart and great sorrow, he gave the command, and Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. That night, the stone was rolled over the entrance. Silence covered the kingdom, but heaven was still awake. God sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. At dawn, the king rushed to the den and cried out in fear, "Daniel, has your God been able to save you?" And from inside the darkness came a voice, "O king, live forever." My God sent his angel, and he shut the lions' mouths. Daniel walked out untouched, not because the lions weren't real, but because God was greater than the lions. From that day forward, even kings had to acknowledge the power of Daniel's God.